So, hello students. So today we will start a new self-practice exercise, data handling. Okay. So see in this what we have to study, data handling. So this is data handling. With the word data, we can understand that there is a collection of many information. So when the data are processed, data means data can be waste also, but which is after processing the data which is useful for you, that is called the information. So here in the data handling, we see the data and from the data we find out the information. So any raw facts or figures, whatever the facts you are getting, whatever the figures you are getting, every character, every word, every sentence, all this is the data. Maybe it is the medical data, maybe it is the any organization data, maybe any school's data. That is the students' information, your results. So all these are the data. But every data is not useful for every person. Suppose if this school data is given to the railway industry, what they will do with that? So that data is of no use for that person. But if this is school's data, it will be given to any other school, for that school it is relevant because they will get the information about the students. So they can access you. So similarly, here different types of the data are to be given, and of that data we do some processing, means we find some information. What we find there is this, their mean we find their median, or in the higher classes when you go, you will learn under the branch statistics. So in the branch of statistics, we learn different types of the data handling. So there we plot a graph. On the basis of the graph, we also analyze some information. So the plural of the data is the plural word, and data means it's singular. That is given here. Now you can see in the book the given marks scored by 25 students. So 25 students here given, the marks are given. Suppose you have given your second theoretical test exam out of 50. So in this class, suppose the strength of your class is 40 students, and you all, your mark is entered in the computer. So mark secured by or mark obtained by each student is the data. So that we can write it. Maybe someone got 70, someone got 20, 30, 41, maybe someone got 50, two persons got 50, 25, 42, 43. So on. Similarly, we can enter this 40 data, and each data is what? The number obtained in the critical test exam in computer. So that is the data. So the collection of a particular type of information in the form of numerical figure. So here collection of the particular type of information. So this data is giving what information? For the student, for you it is relevant. You have the importance of this mark, that you got this mark in computer. But those person who is not studying in the school, if they got this data, if your mark sheet is provided them, they have no use of that mark sheet for that person. He has no any importance for that mark sheet. So similarly, you are knowing, if this data is presented here, now you are knowing this is the corresponding mark of the each students in the computer, what they got in the critical test too. So in the form of, this data is represented in the form of numerical figure. So in the mathematics, we are representing the data in the numerical figures. This data can also be a text. It is not mandatory that all data should be in the numerical figure. But in the mathematics, we deal with the numbers. So here are all data in the figure form. So this set of data obtained in the original form is called a raw data, which is ungrouped. So this is called the raw data. Now this is not processed. If from that it will be asked, so how many students got the maximum mark? So by seeing the data you can answer that 2 students got that is the information. So each numerical figure is the set of data is called an observation. So here each data is called the observation. For finding the information, you are observing each observation. Then who got the maximum? 17, 2020, 20, now 20, 30, one got 41. So you are observing each data. So that is called the observation. Now second thing is the array. So it is very difficult to draw an inference from this raw set of data. So we arrange it in the ascending or descending order. So here to find who got the maximum and who got the minimum. Here I have not written all the 40 data. Suppose all 40 data are written. So to find who got the minimum and maximum, so you have to go through the entire number. Without going through the entire number, you cannot make a decision that who got the maximum number in the test and who got the minimum number in the test. So it is a difficult task. But suppose if it is arranged in the ascending order, if all the numbers which I have written here on the blackboard, if I will write in the ascending order, so who got the minimum? If I write it in the ascending order, so here in this 17 is the minimum. So this is the ascending order. In the order we write 17, 20, and after that 25. Next 40. After that 41, 41, 42, 43, 44, and after 44 to 50s are there. Now since this is the process, now the data I have arranged in a particular order. So this is the what? This is not a raw data. This data, which is in its actual form, in which form I got, that is the raw data. Now, after processing, I have done the operation. What I have done, I have sorted the data. So after doing the sorting operation, so what the result I got here, now it becomes the information. This is the processed data. This is the processed data. Now it is very easy to answer who got the minimum by saying the first data 17 is the minimum marks which is obtained by a student, and what is the maximum mark? 50, that is obtained by 2 students. Now it is easy to answer. So arranging the numerical figures of a set of data in ascending order or descending order is called an array. So here it is written array, but it is not a mandatory that array should contain the sorted data. In arrays are one type of data structure. In the higher classes, when you study the computer, then you come to know about array is a type of the data structure where the where the data are stored. So it is not mandatory, but according to the arithmetic what is given here, that if we make an array, so that array should be in the order, either in the ascending order or in the descending order. So means our purpose was first, whatever the raw data we are getting, we convert into the array form. Means we arrange it in a particular order. Next is the range. Range means difference between the highest value and the lowest values of the observation is called the range. Difference between the highest value and the lowest value. Now for the range, what is the range of this data? Highest value is 15. Difference means subtract the smaller number from the greater number. Difference means always what? Subtract the smaller number from the greater number. So here the greater mark is what? 50, smaller mark is the 17. So smallest value and the greatest value difference is called the range. So we are going to calculate the range. So range of the data, whatever the data is given, so it's a range we calculate, and range is equals to maximum value means highest value minus lowest value. Highest value is 50 and lowest value is 17. So 50 minus 17, so that what you get 33. So 33 is the range. Now we got the range here. So after getting the range, now we have the idea, if I want to represent this information over the graph, now it will be easy for me to divide the y-axis into particular values. So from where I will start? 17 is my lowest value. So if I want to plot a graph of that, so what I need? Suppose if you want to plot a graph for that, so what you need here? You start from the x-axis, you can king it. This is called the x-axis and this is called the y-axis. So on the x-axis, my lowest value is 17. So I can start from here, from 10. So here I am going to start from 10. Means on the x-axis I am writing the marks obtained by the students. And on the y-axis I will write the number of students. How many students are there who got 17? How many students are there who got 20? Such that. So I have written the range from 10 to 50. Suppose what I am writing from 10 to 20. We are taking 10 to 20. So 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Okay. All our students got their mark between this only. So how many students are there? Now here also we can write the frequency. Here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now see how many students are there who got the mark between 10 to 20. Between 10 to 20. So here lower value we have to include and upper value we have to exclude. 10 to 20 means the mark will start from 10 but less than 20. 20 will not be included. So how many students are there who got the mark less than 20? So how many are there? Only one. As you can see, if you consider this data, so according to that there is only one student. So I will draw a bar for that till 1. Now how many students are there who got the marks between 20 to 30? So 20 will be included but 30 will not be included. So upper limit we never include. So 2 is value is here. So I will plot a bar, rectangular bar till 2. Similarly, number of students who got the marks from 30 to 40. 1. So this time again. Then here 40 to 50. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 are there. But here it is the last value. It is the last value. So, but then also will not include it. If it is last, then also will not include it. So after that one more we take till 60. 50 to 60. So for number of students 1, 2, 3, 4 are there. So till here 4 we go. Now, the students who got a mark between 50 to 60?
No students.
2 are there.
Many students are not.
50 will be included, 60 now. So 2. So that is called the statistics. We convert the information into the graphical form. So this we have to study in this chapter. Okay. Next is called the frequency distribution. So what is the frequency? Frequency means number of times the occurrence of each data, each observation. Number of times the occurrence of each observation is called its frequency. So what is the frequency of 17? 1. 17 occurs here 1. What is the frequency of 50? It occurs 2 times. Its frequency is 2. So the number of times a particular observation occurs is called its frequency. Okay. So here To represent the frequency, we use the tally marks. Means if a particular data appear one time, so for that we write this as 1. If any data occurs 2 times, we write this as a 2. If any data occurs as 3 times, we write this as a 3 in the Roman form. If any data occurs in 4 times, so that 1, 2, 3 and 4 are there. Now if any data occurs 5 times, so for the 5 times we cut diagonally. We cut this diagonally. 4 horizontal lines, 1 are slope, between the 1 slant line. So this is the tally bar of the frequency. So if suppose any data's frequency is what? 8. So how you write? First you write this 5, this symbol, after that you write this symbol 3. 1, 2, 3. If there is the number of frequency of a particular observation is 10, this symbol you write 2 times. So 5 plus 5 it will become 10. Okay, next topic is the mean, arithmetic mean. So how we find the mean? Is also the average, one type of average. So its formula is sum of observations, whatever the observations are given, all that if you add, sum of observation divided by number of observations. Suppose in your class 40 students are there, 40 students given the exam. So 40 students mark, we will add it and divide it all that total by 40. So what we will get, that is called the mean. So for the arithmetic mean, what we are writing the formula? Sum of observations divided by number of observations. Divided by number of observations. Okay, that is the arithmetic mean. Now, the arithmetic mean is the statistics and it is also called the average. So, this is called the mean of ungrouped data or raw data. Arithmetic mean, and here we can write ungrouped data. So, this is the general. This work on both grouped also, ungrouped also. Ungrouped for ungrouped data. Now the mean is also represented by the symbol x bar. X bar. This is called x bar. This is the symbol of the mean. Now we move to the exercise self-practice 15A. First question you see. So whatever I have discussed, that concept will be used for this exercise self-practice 15A. So the first question you can see. What is given? Riya obtained the following scores out of 100. Riya obtained the following scores out of 100 in a vocabulary test. She has given the exam. Test she given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 subject exam she had given, test given, and there her marks is given. In one subject she got 80, 85, 90, 71, 60, and 100. what is her mean score? The question is what? What is her mean score? Mean score. So mean score can be represented by x bar. The formula what just we have studied for finding the mean, sum of observation upon number of observation. So sum of observation divided by number of observation. Now see, sum of observation means add all the given observation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 observations are there. So we add all the observations 80 plus 85 plus 90 plus 71 plus 60 plus 100. And what is the total number of observations? 6 divided by 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you add all the data. What the sum you are getting? 0 plus 0, 1, 1 plus 0, 1, 1, 5, 6, 6 plus 0, 6. So what I got on the unit place? Unit place I got 6. So to that we add the tens place. 0 plus 6, 6, 6 plus 7, 13, 13 plus 9, 22, 22 plus 8, 30, 30 plus 8, 38. So 38, 8 carry 3. Now we that is carry 3 to the 100 place. 100 place is not here 1. 3 plus 1, 4. Now there is no 100 place. So 486 I got the sum. Divided by 6. 6 8 is 6. 6 1 is 6. 6 8 is 48. 6 1 is 6, 81. So what I got the mean? 81 is the mean score of RIA. Okay, like this you have to find the arithmetic mean. Now we move to the second question. Is there any doubt? Huh? All of you are able to understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we move to the next question. But your response in the exam is not good. In the practical test we have seen your result now. No one has got I think more than 45 also. Very few students are there who got in 40s. How many of you got above 40 marks in the practical test exam, maths? In this class, those are present, anyone got more than 40 out of 50? That means out of 10, it will be 8, more than 8. Above 8. Out of 10, above 8, anyone has got? 8 or 9, or 10 out of 10 in mathematics, anyone got? No one got. This means there is two things, either you are not studying at home or either you are not understanding on the online classes. Two problems are there, so which problem you are facing? Problem in understanding or that you are not studying at home? Huh? Tell loudly, man. If you not tell your problem, then how your problem can be resolved? So your performance is not good in the mathematics. So what is the reason behind that? Speak honestly, what the problem you have? That's why you have. Just why you are getting that problem? What a problem you are facing? Huh? You are not watching video? That I'm not asking you are taking the tuition, but the problem is that whatever you are doing, your performance is not good. How much mark you got? 7 points. Okay, that is not so bad, but improved. Okay. So majority of the students got a very less mark. Means I can say out of 50, many of them got between the marks there is in 30s only, around 30. Around 30 means their mark is between 6 to 7 out of 10. 6 to 7, many of them you got away. So this is a very poor performance. Okay, now we move to the second question. And also you are seeing in one, so one other problem is also I am explaining each and every question on the video. As we have seen also, each and every question I am solving. That maybe someone is not there at your home to help you. So to whom you will ask? So that's why 99% means most of the question which is not similar. Every questions I am solving on the board and I am uploading the videos. And after that also the performance is very bad. Then sometimes some videos uploaded of 1 hour. It takes time to explain and to solve all the questions. Next question number 2. Rahman's last 6 batting scores were 138, 144, 155, 142, 167, 172. What is his mean score? The same is mean score is what? Sum of the observations divided by number of observations. Okay? Can you do that? Can you do this question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now move to the third question. Find the mean of each of the following set of numbers. Here given in question number 3. Mean of the first 5 natural numbers. First 5 natural numbers. Mean of first 5 natural numbers. Mean of first 5 natural numbers. What is natural number? So all counting numbers which is starting from 1, that is the natural number. So what are the first 5 natural number? You tell me. First 5 natural number. Yes, tell. Starting from 1. What is it told? Natural number starting from 1. So counting is 1. From 1 you start counting 5 times. 5 times you count. You are new to this school. In class 6 where you are studying? Here only. So in class 6 have you studied math? Yes. Who is teaching you math at that time? You don't know your teacher's name, man? Huh? Your teacher's name you are not knowing. So how you know the natural number? You sit down now. So first find natural number 1 plus 2 plus 3
Plus 4 plus 5
plus 5. And number of observations is 5 only.
Yes, sir.
So add it. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 4, 10, 5, 15. 15 by 5, here 5 is 11, 10. So what you got the mean? 3.